Well, Delaware has a lot to be proud of. As it turns out, every state has, I'm sure, a lot to be proud of, but every other state has a national park. In fact, if you add up all the national parks and units of national parks across the country, I think there's over 300 of them. Delaware, the first state, the state that started the nation, has no national park, and it's not because we don't have things that are of significance for not just for our state, but really for our country. We have plenty. First Swedes and Finns came ashore in Delaware in, what was it, 1637, sailed up the Delaware River. The Dutch settled, first Dutch settlement was actually down in Lewis, Delaware. But that was an early beachhead. We have all kinds of things, from Underground Railroad to Fort Delaware out in the middle of the Delaware River. And gosh, the DuPont company 200 years ago setting up shop on the Brandywine River and creating those powder mills. But from one end of the state to the other, we have a huge amount to really showcase and to show off. The National Park Service realizes this, and they said they've worked with us now for a number of years. We actually started this in 2001, so this is so far an 8-year journey. My hope is it'll be completed within the next year. And one of the things that flows out of having a national park is to be listed on the National Park website. And if you go to the National Park website, as my family did about 6 years ago, we're getting ready to take our almost teenage sons and go off to visit a state, visit a national park, and spend the summer. And we started with the A's in the National Park website, Alabama, went all the way through the W's. And we noticed that 49 other states have national parks and units. Some have many national parks. No listing for Delaware. And there are literally millions of people who go to the National Park website every year, not just in summertime, but throughout the year. Sometimes they live in Delaware, sometimes they live in surrounding states, sometimes they live in America. A lot of cases they live outside of our country, and they're looking for a place to visit when they come to America. We want to make sure that when they go to the National Park website, they know there's a Delaware, they know we have some great stuff that they'd like to see, and to come and live, not live in our state necessarily, but stay in our state, not just visit for a day, but spend days, maybe weeks, eat at our restaurants, stay in our hotels, just to get to know us and enjoy what is great about Delaware and what is really historically and culturally significant about our state. The way that the National Park Service is planning to set up a national park in our state, a very unique national park, and I like to think of it as a bicycle wheel with a hub in the middle and the spokes that lead out from the hub to attractions that are already in existence. For example, the hub, National Park Service fell in love with the town of Old Newcastle. They want the hub to be, and really the presence for the National Park Service to be in Old Newcastle. That's where the National Park Service employees will be. They'll be there to talk to folks, welcome people. They'll be there to just share with them ideas about places that they want to visit. And if you will, think of a hub, bicycle hub in the middle, and then the spokes leading out to attractions all over Newcastle County, Kent County, and down as far as Sussex County. If people want to visit the riverfront, go to the Russell Peterson Wildlife Refuge. If you want to visit the Fort Delaware or Fort DuPont along the Delaware River, they want to visit where did the DuPont company actually get its start? And can we go to Hagley and just really see all kinds of attractions in our state? And so the idea, spokes lead out to the attractions are already in existence. They won't be owned by the federal government. They'll remain in the ownership in which they're already. As it turns out, if you look at the economy of our state, we're not as dependent as we once were on manufacturing, consolidation in manufacturing. We're not, we're seeing a consolidation in financial services as well. We still have banks, we're glad we have them, but there's been a diminishment there. We have biotech, and we're glad that the biotech industry and pharmaceuticals are in our state. But the tourism has become a major part of our economy, significant part of our economy. A lot of people come to the beaches, they come to Hagley in winter, they come to the riverfront, they come to Dover Downs. So, but we want to make sure that there's another thing for them to come to and to visit and to help really coordinate all the other attractions. And that's where the national park fits in. It'll be a nice boost to our tourism industry in our state, bring more people to our state, not just for a day visit, but for longer visits, and spend a while in Delaware.